Hi, myself Chandrasekhar, SNS College of Engineering. Today in this video, we will see about a case study on failure analysis of fractured diesel engine camshaft. So before going to discuss about the case, first we see about the background of this case study. So here, the diesel engine injection pump camshaft used in a truck failed after 30,000, that is 13,000 kilometer of service. So after the 13,000 kilometer of service, once the service over, the pump camshaft got failed, injection pump. So this camshaft is used for analysis. So the failed camshaft were made from 20 carbon CR steel, that is chromium steel. So the material of this camshaft is 20 CR steel. Then the failure occurred at the keyway region of the camshaft. Here the camshaft is failed at the particular point, that is keyways. So where the keyway is found, there the failure occurred, that is damage occurred. Okay, so this case is taken for analysis to find the reason of failure in the company Ashok Leyland to avoid this kind of accident in future. So the actual truck is Ashok Leyland truck. So Ashok Leyland take this is for analysis and need to find the reason to avoid further in future. So let's come to the case. So the in-service fracture of diesel engine injection pump camshaft used in a truck occurred after only 13,000 km of service. The failed camshafts are made of, already told that, 20 CS steel. So the main steps involved in the fabrication of the camshafts are: first one is forging, then normalizing at 880 degrees Celsius, followed by air cooling. Then the third step is carburizing at the threaded region at 920 to 940 degrees Celsius, followed by air cooling. The cone surface of the camshaft is treated to prevent carburizing. Then quenching from 820 degrees Celsius in water, that is sudden dipping of heated camshaft into the water. Then tempering. Tempering, it is slowly reducing the temperature from to 180 degrees Celsius using air. Okay, these are the steps which is normally considered while fabricating the camshaft. Okay, then the depth of the carburized layer at the threaded portion is specified as 0.2 to 0.4 mm. So the threaded portion is carburized up to 0.2 to 0.4 mm. Okay, so that these are the steps taken while fabricating the camshaft. Okay, then so we can say that the case is failure of the camshaft at after service of 13,000 kilometer of service. Okay, so we need to find the reason for that failure of the camshaft. So the analysis of the case is done. So in order to reveal the main failure mechanisms, the following examinations were carried out. So first one is chemical composition was analyzed by spectroscopy chemical analysis. So the failed camshaft so, in the failed camshaft, the chemical composition of the failed camshaft was analyzed by spectrography chemical analysis. Then the microstructure in various regions of camshaft material was observed by optical microscopy, that is OPM, and by scanning electron microscopy. So in order to reveal the microstructure, they use optical microscopy and a scanning electron microscopy to study the microstructure. Then the fractured surfaces were analyzed by visual and SEM examinations. Then micro harness profiles from the surface to the interior of the threaded region were made using Vickers system with a load of 1000 grams, that is 1 kg. So in the harness test, the micro harness profiles were used to determine the depth of the carburized layers. So the depth where the harness values measured are equal to HV550 is the defined as the depth of the carburized layer. Then these are the steps. These are the examinations conducted. So what is that? One is chemical composition analysis, then microstructure analysis, then harness, micro harness analysis. These three things are considered. Then from the examinations, they find the different what is that? They came to conclude. They came conclusion how the fracture occurs. So what are that is, first one is visual observations. So by the visual observation in the figure, it is concluded that there are two camshafts. One is camshaft 1 and another one is camshaft 2. So first one camshaft is completely failed. Then second one camshaft was cracked at the keyway root. So both fracture occurs at the keyway, okay, in the camshaft 1 and also in camshaft 2. Okay. So for camshaft 2, the two cracks having angle of 45 degree to the axial of the camshaft appear at the roots of keyway. Okay. The serious wear marks and oxidations were also found near the failed region of the cone of the camshaft 2. So by the visual examination, it is found that two cracks are found at 45 degree angle to the axial of the camshaft, which is located near the roots of the keyway, that is at the below region of the keyway. Then serious wear marks also found and also in the cone section, and also oxidation are also found near the cone section of the camshaft 2. So this is the visual observation found out. Then we go for the fractography. So in the fractography, the original fracture surface of camshaft 1, this is shown in the figure A, and the fracture surface created by pulling the cracked surface apart. So after grinding the crack, what is that, cone surface which is near the keyway. So the fracture surface created by pulling the cracked surface apart on camshaft 2, which is shown in the figure B. So it can be seen that both fracture surfaces having similar features. So both camshaft 1 and camshaft 2 shows the similar fracture surfaces having similar features. So a macrography of the fracture surface just reveal both beach marks typical of fatigue fracture. So this shows that both figures shows that there is an fatigue fracture occurs. So according to the curvature of benchmarks, the crack initiated at the top edges of the keyway. So the fracture starts at the top edge of the keyway and propagated along the circumferential of the cone. So it propagates along circumferential of the cone. Thus the visual examination finding out. Then by using the scanning electron microscopy, so scanning electron microscopy observations shows that the fracture surface in the crack origin regions were intensely used, but fatigue striations reflective of fatigue propagation were apparent in the crack propagation region. So it is shown in the figure B. So no obvious metallurgical inclusions were found in the crack origin or in the crack propagation regions. So these observations are consistent with fatigue fracture being the dominant failure mechanism of the two camshafts. Okay. From this observation, it is found out what is the failure is due to fatigue. Okay. Then next investigation by microstructure examinations. So the microstructure of axial sections of the cone position and threaded position of camshafts were observed by SEM and OPM. So the result shows that the microstructure of the carburized layer in the threaded portion is composed of tempered lathe martensite rather than fine needle martensite, typical of high carbon martensite. So in the SEM observation, it is found that there is in the threaded portion there is an tempered lathe martensite rather than the fine needle martensite is observed. Then the carbon content in the layer is low, which was confirmed by the harness profiles of the carburized layer in the threaded region. So it is also found that the carbon content is low by means of harness profile. It is also found out in the threaded region. Okay. So then the core microscopy in cone and threaded portions is composed of Widmanson structure, ferrite and fine perlite. So it shows that in the composition of what is that? Material which is in the core area in cone and threaded portions shows that structure ferrite and fine pearlite. Okay, then obvious banded structures were observed in the camshaft too, and an axial crack 13 mm long was found in the core region, which is also shown in the figure B. So the crack is found in the core region, which is 13 mm long. This axial crack was formed by the propagation of crack that was inserted at the root of the keyway. So at the root of the keyway, the crack incisions are, then it is propagated along the axial direction. So the axial crack was propagated. So the appearance of Wittgenstein structure ferrite and the banded microstructures suggested that the heat treatment process were not properly performed during the fabrication of the camshaft. Okay, so these are also a reason. So the what is that? Heat treatment is not done properly. Then it should be mentioned that the microstructure at the surface and the inner core region of the cone position has the same features, showing that the process of preventing carburizing of the cone was adequate. So the core hardness of the camshaft material is respectively both HRC 30.5 and 31.5, which is corresponding to the specified, that is HRC 30 to 34, which is the normal value, and the same value is found out in the both camshafts. Okay, then depth of carburized layer is found out by, in order to determine the depth of carburized layer in the threaded region, the hardness profiles at the tip and groove regions in the threaded positions were measured from the surface to the interior. So it is on the figure, that is graph. Although the layer with hardness higher than that of core is produced, the maximum values at the measured positions are all lower than the HV550. These low values shows that carburizing treatment was unsuitable and that the depth of the carburized layer is officially 0 mm. So in the threaded region there is no carburization layer found. So after carburizing process, this is the examination carburized layer thickness found out. Then according to the rotation of direction of the camshaft, if the circumferential tangential stress acted on keyway, the top edges of the keyway should be at the shear stress, then only the tangential stresses occur. That is, the top edge of the keyway should be at the shear stress, then only circumferential tangential stress acts. Okay, so the direction of maximum shear stress makes at 45-degree angle to the shear stress, which is already you studied in the strength of materials. So the maximum shear stress makes at 45-degree angle to the shear stress. So the crack propagation direction at the root of the keyway is parallel to the plane of the maximum stress. So it is suggested that the cracks initiated and propagated by the action of the circumferential tangent stress So this circumferential tangent stress may cause the crack initiation and propagation. Okay. However, during normal operation of the injection pump, the torque is transferred by static friction force between the cone and the timer fitted into the camshaft. Therefore, the keyway should not bear the circumferential tangent stress. Okay. So in the normal operating condition, there is no circumferential tangential stress acts on the keyway. So, however, the static friction is insufficient. That is, however, the static friction force between the cone of the camshaft and the timer is insufficient, and the keyway bears the circumferential shear stress. It can be detected that in the operation of injection pump, the static friction force between the cone of the camshaft and the timer was insufficient, so that the circumferential shear stress acted on keyway position. Okay. So the static friction between cone and timer is insufficient, means then automatically the keyway bears the circumference shear stress. So in this case, the operation of injection pump, the static friction between the cone of the camshaft and the timer was insufficient, so that the circumferential shear stress acted on the keyway. Additionally, there is a general conception that a notch or sharp corners acts as a stress concentrator for cracks and leads to easy initiation of the fatigue crack. So it is suggested that fatigue cracks initiated and propagated under the action of circumferential shear stress, which acted at the keyway. So the appearance of abnormal Wittmann structures ferrite in the keyway region facilitated the cracking process. Okay. So from this all the observations, I like to conclude that the material the material of the failed camshaft is 20 CR steel, so which corresponds to the specified material. So no obvious metallurgical inclusion and forging defects can be observed in the crack origin zone and the crack propagation region. So there is no material issues and forging process issues, so which causes the fatigue failure. Then the failure occurred at the keyway position of the two camshafts, and fatigue fracture in dominant the fatigue fracture is the dominant failure mechanism of the camshaft. So from the two camshaft failures, we can see that fatigue is the nature of the failure. So the crack origins are situated at the root of the keyway. Okay. So the crack is inserted. The origin of the crack is at the root of the keyway. Then the circumferential shear stress acted on the keyway region, resulting from insufficient static friction force between the cone of the camshaft and the timer. So this is the responsible for fatigue crack initiation and propagation. So The main reason for crack initiation and propagation is the insufficient static friction force between the cone of the camshaft and timer. So this is the responsible for fatigue crack initiation. And also abnormal Edmondson structure ferrite appeared on the cone position, and the initiation and growth of cracks was facilitated by the defected microstructure. So this defected microstructure near the cone is also a reason for initiation and growth of the cracks. So both these, what is that, microstructure and friction force may what's the reason for this fatigue failure. Okay, so and also additionally the manufacture of the camshaft was not well controlled and little or no carburization had occurred. So heat treatment is not done properly, so that the fracture occurred. So from this conclusion I summarize that. So the main reason for failure is, one is that no proper heat treatment. The second one is, so the crack inserted at the root of the keyway, so which is by means of what is that, insufficient static friction force. So it initiates fracture and propagates. Then third one reason is microstructure, abnormal microstructure, that is what is that, Widmanstätten structure ferrite appeared on the cone surface. So these three things causes the failure of fatigue failure of the camshafts. So thank you.